What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So it's March 26, 2020, and the Nintendo Direct was a mini Nintendo Direct. We were still right. There's still gonna be a Direct, a mini, medium, large, extra large, normal, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Nintendo had a Direct, and didn't I say not to go in with high expectations? Because I sure as hell didn't, because there wasn't really much stuff we can get hype off of, honestly. Like I said, thanks to real world issues, and I'm not gonna dance around at the coronavirus, V virus, T virus, whatever you call this virus nowadays, is affecting a lot of this stuff. And I did tell you that it is gonna affect some release dates. It said it at the beginning of the trailer that thanks to this virus, a lot of stuff is gonna be either postponed pretty much, yeah. So I was right. And one of the things that kind of got me was, I guess they didn't show a lot. So one of the things that kind of had me disappointed was the end of the whole Direct, and that was Pokemon. And they did not show a lot. I felt like they weren't going to show as much as they did here. They didn't really show much. They only showed that, you know, pretty much Urshifu, I think it is Urshifu, is going to be your main, pretty much it's all about Urshifu. This DLC is about him and him alone, a legendary fighting Pokemon. But the cool thing about it is that you get a choice between the two. And it's not version exclusive. You got two towers. You got the Tower of Water and the Tower of Dark. Whatever one you choose to go to is the form that Urshifu would evolve into. So if you take it to the water, it become a fighting water type. If you take it to the dark tower, it becomes a dark fighting type. And you get it from the master of the dojo named Mustard. And I don't like the name. I'm gonna call him, I forgot the dude's name from Karate Kid. I'm gonna name him that from now on because Mustard is just an ignorant name, but it's a cute little Pokemon, don't get me wrong. But that's pretty much all we got from it. Our tower is a two-fist, and they are dedicated just to Urshifu and evolve into, wait, did I say Urshifu? I mean Cubfu, I'm sorry. Urshifu is the second of the evolution of Cubfu. I get them mixed up because 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to use this Pokemon at all. But what kind of had me feel like I was disrespected, and I feel like, were people paying attention to this? If you look at Urshifu's dark move, it looks like the Dark Lariat move that Grimmsnarl does. But the cool thing is that we did get to see the G-Max forms of each starter Pokemon for Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Inteleon. And they also have names for their moves. So I think Rillaboom is Drum Solo. I think Cinderace is Fireball, and Inteleon's, I think it's Sniper Shot or something like that. I just know that Inteleon got that thing on him. You know, he packing heat for real, for real. Let me look at that. I think a lot of parents got upset by that too, that he's holding a sniper rifle. I'm like, man, y'all let y'all kids play Fortnite. Shut the fuck up. But these, they ignore Pokemon's ability. So for instance, as you see, it had, if a Pokemon, like for instance, Gastrodon has a water drain ability, which is if you hit it with a water move, it doesn't affect it. Well, if you're using Inteleon, it is going to affect it. And the same thing goes for like Mimikyu. Mimikyu has a disguise ability, so if you hit it, it doesn't lose any health. Well, it does, but it doesn't lose a lot. But if you hit it with a Fireball, any of the other moves, it's going to take damage and it's going to knock it out. At the end of it, we got Leon's little hat and bag and shirt and shorts and leggings and all that stuff. And I'm really looking forward to that. I was real disappointed with Pokemon's part, though, because y'all got stuff coming out in June. And I would think y'all would show us more stuff besides, you know, the Urshifu stuff. We already knew about the Urshifu thing. We really didn't care at that point. Like, okay, we already know that part. They really didn't show us much. They showed us like the scenery of the island, how big the island is on the map and other parts. But we wanted to see, like, for instance, there's a tree in the, I think it's in the left-hand corner. If you look at that tree in the left-hand corner, you'll see that it looks special. Something's going down over there. Another game that was also shown off was Bravely Default 2. Now, if you don't know much about Bravely Default, it was on the 3DS. I never got to play it, but it's made from the same people that brought us Octopath Traveler. And Octopath Traveler is a long game. So with that, be expecting this game to be long, really, really long. at first I got Final Fantasy vibes from it because they start talking about the crystals and the earth, wind, fire, air, like that, or Avatar or something. I got really heavy Final Fantasy games, and a lot of RPGs do kind of play like Final Fantasy. Like this one right here is about the crystals, and when you think about the crystals, you think of Final Fantasy because the first couple Final Fantasy games were like that. And I think Final Fantasy 3 was really heavy on those crystals. Now, one of the characters does, like Elvis, I think his name is Elvis, kind of looks like the main villain from Final Fantasy 15. The dude you fight at the end with Noctis, I forgot his name. He escapes me right now, even though he really wasn't a bad guy. But it's free for download. Well, not free for download, but the demo is free for download right now on the Eshop, and I have not played it yet. But from watching the trailer and seeing how the game is going to work, I need to get into this game now before the game actually drops. You got your young sailor named Seth. He just washes up on shore, so that means he might have amnesia. He might pull that typical anime, protagonist who washes up on shore, doesn't know who the hell he is or where the fuck he comes from, and he's trying to remember everything. By the end of the game, he's probably going to remember that, oh yeah, I'm some God that was sent to protect the world, or I'm some God that was sent to destroy the world, and I changed my mind because you guys showed me, the act of love and friendship, like every other freaking anime game that's out here nowadays. And they also use the whole, jobs stereotype. Every RPG, JRPG, Japanese RPG usually are like that. Usually, if you got a character that's a thief, you could change his job into like a warlock or a knight. Octopath Traveler did that a lot. Matter of fact, they weighed heavily on that, and it was one of the things that kind of got annoying, but also was pretty cool at the same time, because you got to figure out, like, all right, will the Oracle, I think it was an Oracle. No, the dancer, because that's all I can remember is the dancer. It's been so long since I played the game. But the dancer, she is good at being not just a dancer, but a thief, or a dancer and a knight, or a dancer and a hunter. That kind of thing. Everybody's like mix and matching. So, does this go with that? Does that go with this? And I'm pretty sure that's what you're going to be able to do in Bravely Default too. So they gave a release date. They said, and it wasn't a release date. They just pretty much said 2020, sometime this year. Don't know when it's gonna drop, but it's gonna drop, and I am looking forward to it for damn sure. That I'm very looking forward to it. Now, next thing that they showed was Smash Bros. They showed their first DLC character for Fighter Pass 2, and that is, they didn't really show a character, they showed what game the character was from, and it's from ARMS. And honestly, an ARMS character should have been in the game right up from the jump, to be honest with you. It shouldn't have been DLC. It just should have been one of the characters that should have been in the base roster. But since it wasn't base roster, okay, should have been DLC. Okay, it wasn't DLC. So where was this character at the whole time? Like, where was he? Like, I didn't get why there was no ARMS character. I see people upset about it. I'm like, what are y'all upset about? Like, this should have been a no-brainer. Like, y'all should have known one of these characters was going to be in the game. Like, I'm not even surprised that this was going to happen, but it took so long to now that, they want to bring a character and they're bringing it at a bad time because they made these little stupid jokes, like they have to extend the development time because, their arms extend, if you play the game, their arms extend, and the jokes were just really bad. And I'm like, we understood why. Development, coronavirus, I understand. They could take all the time they want because I'm not really looking forward to this character. I'm already still upset with Byleth, but whatever. Other games were announced, but wasn't really nothing that good for this mini direct. I mean, honestly, Xenoblade Chronicles Remastered coming out. Yeah, that's nor here nor there. So I mean, like this, I told y'all not to go into this with high expectations. I didn't. I'm disappointed in Pokemon for even putting out something for this direct. They could have gave up space and time for another game, because Pokemon just pretty much showing off stuff they done showed us. But other than that, what can we really do? I mean, they're trying to give us hope for, the future, like things are being bleak and I'm not dancing around it anymore. Coronavirus has done messed up a lot of stuff and it's going to keep messing up a lot of stuff. But until then, we're just going to have to keep our heads up. I do thank Nintendo for trying, at least. I do thank Nintendo for trying. Don't worry about the noise in the background. My window was open because it's hot as hell in my room. But I honestly, I have to give this direct maybe like I'd probably give it like a C plus, because it was a mini, so that means we're probably gonna get another one in a couple weeks, or maybe next month, or around the time E3 was supposed to be. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. Maybe around the time E3 was supposed to be, they're gonna put that there. But we'll have to wait and see. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for y'all. Peace.